Hey, my friend, I'm back. As we watched in part 1, we followed our young queen as she began her day with graceful rituals and, let's say, some very intense breakfast meetings. Ooh, wait a minute. Did you skip part 1? Yep, I smell it. I smell betrayal. You didn't watch the first part, did you? My dear viewer, that part had silk sheets, secret letters, and even some very royal blushing. It was like honey-dipped drama with a side of power moves. You seriously missed out. You really should go back and watch it now.
Because if you didn't watch the previous part, you're not going to understand anything we're talking about in this video. Even though that video only got 5 views. Hey, who said that out loud? Anyway, you're here now, and trust me, this part, it goes deeper. In part 2, things take a turn. The queen receives a mysterious scroll, sealed with deep blue wax, of course. And suddenly, she's not sipping honeyed wine anymore. She's riding into the heart of politics, pageantry, and power plays, with a smile sharper than any sword. There's a new castle, a rival king, a dance of diplomacy where every toast, every glance, and even every arrow fired in the woods means something more. And between you and me, not everyone in that grand hall is telling the truth. Oh yes, alliances are tested, arrows fly, goblets clink, and our queen, she plays the game like a master. So sit back, tighten your cloak, and ready your goblet, because this isn't just the rest of her day, it's a royal chess match played on a golden board beneath flickering torchlight. This is part 2 of a day in the life of a young queen. And if you thought morning politics were dramatic, just wait till night falls. And please, I really want big engagement on this video. Just comment anything, really. I want a full-on invasion in the comment section. I put a lot of effort into making these videos, so thank you so much. And now, let's get started.
The dawn is still pale when a messenger arrives, breathless, cloak spattered with mud from the northern roads. You've barely sipped your morning broth when the scroll is presented, sealed with deep blue wax, stamped with the crest of a neighboring kingdom. An invitation. A diplomatic visit. You're requested, warmly but unmistakably, to attend a week of festivities at the court of King Theobald, your realm's most stalwart ally, and, some whisper, its most calculating one. You exhale slowly. Politics before pleasure, as always. Soon your chambers hum with activity. Maids bustle about with arms full of velvet gowns and fur-lined cloaks. The chamberlain rattles off a list of customs and protocols, each one somehow more tedious than the last. But the thought of traveling beyond your own castle walls, of stepping into another world of courtly splendor, that stirs something in you. By mid-morning, your procession is ready. Horses gleam, harnesses polished bright. Your carriage, a magnificent thing with carved lions at the corners, awaits beneath the gatehouse. You choose to ride part of the way on horseback, a subtle signal of strength. After all, queens of your era are often viewed through the veil of frailty or ornamentation. You prefer to remind your peers otherwise. The journey unfolds through rolling fields and dense green woods, each turn of the road dotted with small villages. Peasants pause in their work to wave. Children dart to the roadside just to glimpse the passing queen. At each stop, your herald announces, Her Majesty, Queen of the Eastern Realm, beloved guardian of her people. A bit grandiose, but why deny them a little theatre? Historians still argue whether such royal progresses were truly effective diplomacy or merely extravagant pageants for show. But there's no denying their impact. Every bow, every curtsy, every cheer knits the realm just a little closer together. And then, by the third day, distant banners herald your approach. King Theobald's stronghold looms on a craggy hill, its towers piercing the sky. Trumpets sound from the battlements. The port castle rises, and there he is, Theobald himself, broad-shouldered, crimson cloak, silver beard, neatly trimmed. He bows low, smiling with the practiced warmth of a seasoned monarch. Your Majesty honors us with her presence. Ah, the dance begins. Escorted inside, you pass through cavernous halls, hung with ancient tapestries and gleaming suits of armor. Courtiers line the path, murmuring, bowing, and somewhere in the shadows, scribes no doubt jot down every detail for posterity or gossip. You're shown to a lavish guest chamber. Vaulted ceilings, thick carpets, a bed large enough to swallow 3 queens. Servants lay out gifts, silks from the East, jeweled hair combs, delicate glassware. Theobald is nothing if not generous. The week unfolds in a blur, banquets, hunts, and most importantly, negotiations. By day, you spar with Theobald over matters of trade and alliance, all masked beneath layers of polite conversation. By night, the halls resound with music, the clink of goblets, the rustle of silk skirts. At one feast, a troupe of minstrels sings of legendary queens, women whose wisdom outshone their beauty. You raise a brow at Theobald across the table, amused. He lifts his goblet in subtle salute. Not all diplomacy is sealed with parchment and wax. Much is conveyed in glances, in laughter, in the unspoken language of courtly games. Then one afternoon, you join a hunting party in the royal forest, a display of strength and grace. Dressed in green velvet, bow in hand, you guide your horse beneath towering oaks. The crisp air carries the scent of pine and earth. A sharp stag bolts from the brush, and, with practiced motion, you loose your arrow. It flies true, strikes clean, and the party erupts in cheers, and Theobald himself offers hearty praise, a queen most formidable, both in council and in the field. Later that night, beneath candlelight in the council chamber, negotiations resume. Treaties are discussed, borders reaffirmed, future marriages quietly proposed.
As you mount your horse for the return, Theobald clasps your hand. Until we meet again, Your Majesty, may fortune favor your reign. You smile, ever the Queen. And yours, my friend, until then. The road home winds beneath a golden sky. Your escort rides close. The sun dips low, and the horizon blushes pink. You lean back in the saddle, tired but content. Diplomacy may be a delicate game, but today you have played it well.
Dawn seeps through your chamber's narrow windows, brushing the cold stone with soft hues of rose and gold. Oh, a quiet morning, at least on the surface. Now, today, there's no grand banquet, no foreign dignitaries sweeping in with their pomp and demands, no dramatic hunts or over-the-top parades. Nope, today's all about the quieter stuff, the relentless tide of royal duty. Lucky you. So you rise. No need for the towering brocade robes or gilded gowns, just a simple dress of deep blue wool. Comfortable, clean, unpretentious. And thank the stars for that. Whew. Then it's off to the council chambers. The hall is long, oak-panelled, and smells faintly of, ink and wax. Your advisors are already there, murmuring, heads bowed over scrolls that seem almost older than the castle itself. But the moment you enter and take your seat at the head of the table, the room falls silent. Because a queen, especially you, must always appear unflappable, even when half the kingdom's problems come charging in before you've had your morning honey cakes. Today's docket? Grain shortages in the western shires, merchant tariffs causing drama on the river borders. Oh, and 2 bull-headed dukes arguing over grazing lands again. The joys of monarchy. Historians, bless them, still argue about whether queens in your era held real political power or whether you were just ceremonial figureheads. But in your court, when the queen speaks, things move. You lean forward, fingers steepled. Let us begin. First, the grain. Poor harvest, early frost. The master of stores looks anxious, but you listen, weigh every word, and then you make the call. An emergency levy from royal reserves, enough to hold the people until new shipments can be arranged. A good decision, made quickly. Next, border tariffs. The northern merchants are angry, and loudly so. So you commission a letter, diplomatic but firm, a velvet-wrapped brick of a message. Your chancellor will deliver it personally, with just the right emphasis. Subtlety can be such fun. And now, the dukes. You summon them privately. 2 red-faced, barrel-chested men, each more convinced of his own righteousness than the last. The argument boils, it rages. You sit still, listening. Then, calmly, clearly, you deliver a compromise so perfectly balanced that neither one can object without looking ridiculous. Proudly. They bow, grumbling, but they bow. Victory. The morning rolls on. Petitions, letters, long council sessions. Sometimes your eyes drift to the windows, to the sky beyond. So wide, so free, but this is your place, among ledgers and laws. Eventually, a tray appears, spiced wine, honeyed almonds. You nibble, sort of. The steward chuckles and mutters, "Midday meal forgotten again, Your Majesty." Guilty as charged. Later, in your solar, that sunlit room with its view of the gardens, the scribes arrive, scrolls in hand, seals to be placed, decrees to approve, each one read carefully, not just for the words, but the intent beneath. One scroll catches your eye. A distant abbey, damaged by storms, seeks help. You pause, consider. Monastic support is valuable, and their prayers can't hurt either. With a graceful flourish, you sealed the request. So be it. The afternoon softens. You take a walk, just you and one quiet attendant. The gardens are thick with the scent of crushed thyme and rose petals. Birdsong drifts from the hedges. The world outside feels far away. This moment, this stillness, it feels stolen, but you take it anyway. Gently amused, Back in your chambers, there's a basket waiting. Letters from noblewomen across the realm. Some asking for favors, some hinting at alliances. But just one makes you laugh out loud. A cheeky verse from a duchess known for her wit. You reply immediately. Even queens need friends. As night falls, the council reconvenes. The candles flicker, long shadows stretch across the polished wood. You listen, speak, decide. And finally, when the hour grows late, you rise. Weary, but resolute. Because let's be honest, a queen's work, it's never truly done.
Evening descends softly over the castle, its great stones soaking in the fading warmth of day. Below, in the courtyard, lanterns bob gently in the hands of servants making their rounds, preparing for the quiet little rituals that every night demands. You return to your chambers. The air, it's thick with the scent of lavender and beeswax. Your ladies-in-waiting flutter about like birds before a storm, drawing velvet curtains, placing fresh linens on the bed, stoking the glowing embers in the hearth. It's busy, yes, but comforting, a familiar rhythm in an unpredictable world. But tonight, oh, tonight, you're not going straight to sleep. No, no, no. You've planned a small indulgence. An evening in the castle library. Now that sacred room lies tucked away in a quieter wing of the keep. Stone-vaulted ceilings, shelves groaning under the weight of ancient vellum tomes, candles flickering in iron sconces, their glow painting soft gold across old tiles. It hums with stillness, reverence, the kind of silence you feel. Historians, you know them, still argue whether queens of your age could actually read, or if they just sat back and had everything read to them by clerks. But you, you're well-schooled. Latin, the vernacular, even a bit of poetry. You trail your fingers across the bindings, pausing on a slender manuscript of troubadour verse, and with a soft smile, you choose. You settle into a carved oak chair, plush cushions beneath you. The pages whisper as you turn them. Lines of longing and valor start to dance across your mind. For a moment, just one fleeting moment, you're not a queen. You're simply a woman lost in words. In the hush, the faint sound of a lute drifts through the stone corridors. Probably one of your musicians practicing for some upcoming feast. With a soft smile, you let the music wrap itself around your thoughts, a perfect little thread of melody. Later, your steward tiptoes in with a modest supper. Slices of soft cheese, warm bread, a jug of spiced wine. You nibble, distracted, completely immersed. The castle around you, it seems to breathe. Ancient stone and timber settling in for the night, just like you. Eventually, the hour grows late. Your eyes begin to blur. Words become waves. You mark your place, wrap the book gently, and return it to its home. The walk back is quiet. Tapestries sway in the draught. Your slippers make the faintest sound on the stone. Everything is still. Everything is safe. Your bed awaits, piled high with furs and fine linens. The hearth still glows, casting long shadows on your chamber walls.
You slip beneath the covers and your body finally begins to let go. One of your ladies brings a final cup, warm milk touched with honey. You sip it slowly, the sweetness lingers. Thoughts begin to float, treaties, festivals, distant abbeys and blooming gardens. Outside, an owl calls to the night, and the castle slumbers, its heartbeat steady and sure, and so do you. And now, with the castle hushed, with the last embers fading low, you let your eyes flutter closed. The weight of the day, the bustle of duty, all those small decisions and rituals, they melt into silence. The air is cool, fragrant. Beyond the curtains, stars scatter across a velvet sky, ancient light dancing on ancient stone. Here, in silk and shadow, you are safe. The burdens of rule, they can wait for dawn. Let your breath slow, your heart ease into rhythm. Let the sounds of the world hush into a soothing, distant hum. You are a young queen, at rest, in a grand, ancient castle. The walls stand strong, your people sleep peacefully, and the night, it stretches long and calm. So drift, dream, float softly into sleep. All is well, all is calm. Good night, Your Majesty.